Well, welcome back, everyone. You know, October is Mental Health Awareness Month, and here to help us talk about that is Micah Sobota. He's with Coleman Health Services. Welcome, Micah.
Thank you for having me. Again, we really appreciate it, and always talking about getting the awareness out, breaking the stigma of mental health and addiction so that we can continue the great work that we do. And I think that's one of the biggest pieces that I like to talk about is the work that we do in the crisis services. First being, which I direct, is the We Care Crisis Center, or this crisis stabilization unit. It's a 15-bed unit there for a short-term residential unit for those battling mental health and addiction crisis.
It's very important that we have these services here. First of all, where are you located? Like, if somebody needs your services, how do they go about getting a hold of you and your location?
Great question. We're open 24/7, 365 days a year, all the time. We're located at 797 South Main Street, just pretty much right in front of our outpatient services. It's the We Care Crisis Building. If there's ever any questions, though, we also have the Hope Line. The Hope Line is 1-800-567-HOPE or 1-800-567-4673. That goes along with the state national initiative of 988. Our call center all goes to the same place, and we're getting live people all the time, 24/7 also. But specifically for those crises, if you want to just come in, walk into the crisis center. We'll get the necessary assessments and next steps to see what we need for you at that time.
Yeah, and this crisis unit, they also do other programs, correct?
Oh yeah, throughout the day we have programming led by staff members, peers, that help run groups and help educate clients. I'm a pharmacist by trade, and I love the medications, but if I throw a pill at somebody and say you're all better, it just doesn't work like that. Just like any other disease state, we have to have lifestyle modifications, change in behavior, change in therapy. It's a holistic approach that we got to look at. So at the crisis center, we're also taking that into effect. You meet with people, you meet with different disciplines, you meet with social workers, you meet with a nurse practitioner, the prescriber to help with the medications. And then throughout the day, you have groups in there also to truly complete the therapy. And again, this is a short-term stay, but realistically, we want to get the ball rolling so we have success on an outpatient basis.
Yeah, and I just like to say, mental health is something that you just don't play with. A lot of people suffer out there, and don't be afraid to ask for help, right?
Without a doubt. I think it's been going on too long that the stigma of our disease state, and we got to think of it as a disease state. It's no different than diabetes or heart failure. In diabetes, there's a little chemical, maybe insulin or sugar, that's running around causing the disturbances in the body. Same way with mental health and addiction, there's a chemical imbalance. And we got to fix that chemical imbalance, whether it be these chemicals in the brain, serotonin, norepi, dopamine, all big technical terms, but realistically, we got to fix that balance. But just like any other disease state, medications are just a part of the process. And the treatment. So once you combine like medications along with talk therapy, stress management, and and counseling, the whole holistic approach, that's when you get your best treatment and best bang for your buck.
Yeah, so Mike, I would say that it's definitely good to have your services here in our neighborhoods. Is there anything else that you want to say before we close things up?
We couldn't do this without the community. These services are for the community, but they're also because of the community. And come November 5th, we do have the levy, the Mental Health and Recovery Board for the Mental Health and Recovery Services. It's not a new tax, but these keep driving our services going. So when we say, it's for the community, but it's done by the community. So please be sure to vote on November 5th. It's not a new tax. It's nothing, it's a continued support of our mental health and recovery services.
All right. Well, Micah Sobota from Coleman Health Services, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and always getting that exposure, breaking the stigma, not only with the disease states of mental health and addiction, but for the treatment. There's no such shame. Always come into us at the Crisis Center.
All right. Thank you. All right. Well, don't go away because we have more to be returned.